KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello and thanks for joining us for this KUIC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlyn with a look at today's forecast and the holiday weekend ahead. We start in Minneapolis, where the first week of school was met by a horrific shooting. Police say a suspect opened fire on a mass full of Catholic school students, killing 2 young children and wounding 14 other kids. Authorities say 3 adult worshipers, all in their 80s, were also injured. CBS News' Nydia Kavavos has more from Minneapolis as police search for answers.
Prayer services and a candlelight vigil in Minneapolis as the community comes together after unspeakable tragedy.
We are a city united in grief. Let us take the next step to be a city united in action.
Hours earlier, police say a suspect shot through the windows of an Annunciation Catholic church during a mass full of students from the church's school. 2 young children, just 8 and 10 years old, were killed.
This was a deliberate act of violence against innocent children.
5th grader Weston Halsney says he ran and hid under a pew after he heard the gunshots.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit. I hope he's good in the hospital.
Parents were visibly shaken as they later reunited with their children.
Police say the suspect, identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, died from self-inflicted gunshot wound. They also say that Westman was carrying 3 weapons, all legally purchased at the time of the shooting.
We're also aware of a manifesto that the shooter had timed to be released on YouTube. That content has since been taken down with the assistance of the FBI, and it now remains under active review by our investigators.
Flags in Minnesota and at the White House were lowered to half-staff. The FBI says it's investigating the incident as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. Nydia Kavavos, CBS News, Minneapolis.
As authorities work to learn more about the shooting that took place in South Minneapolis, the legislative world is speaking out. Our Quinn Gorham continues our coverage.
We'll redouble ourselves to do the best we can to understand what we can do to prevent any parent from having to receive the calls they received today, from any school dedicated to children having to respond to a situation that, as we said, is unthinkable.
Governor Tim Walz visibly overcome with emotion following Wednesday's shooting in Minneapolis. He and other elected leaders were shaken by the tragedy that left at least 2 kids dead and more than a dozen wounded.
These were Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary.
Dozens of Minnesota elected officials expressed deep pain and grief over the shooting. Legislative leaders like GOP House Speaker Lisa Demuth and DFL Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy called the event horrific and sickening. The state's House Minneapolis delegation issued a joint statement saying they were deeply saddened and grateful to law enforcement. DFL State Senator Zainab Mohammed, who represents the district where the shooting happened, called it an act of horrifying gun violence. Even the state DFL and GOP joined in to express their condolences and grief for the Minneapolis community. Several lawmakers, including Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, also issued calls to action.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends.
A sentiment echoed by Walz.
Keep us in your thoughts and prayers, but also keep us in the thoughts for action. Keep us in the ideas that we can work together. And it's on these days like this, I think, and I hope we can hold on to it. We are unified as a community.
In Minneapolis, I'm Quinn Gorham.
And now look at your forecast for here at home. We are in store for a beautiful afternoon. I know we started off on the foggy side, the very foggy side this morning. As that clears up through the rest of the morning into this afternoon, we're going to see temperatures rise to a high of 78 degrees. It's going to be pleasant. Winds are going to stay light, little to no humidity. Another great day. As we go into tonight, we'll see gradual increase in cloud coverage as temperatures drop, reaching a low of about 58 degrees by tomorrow morning, which also means as you wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up to mostly cloudy skies across the area. As we go through tomorrow, you'll see lots of pockets of sunshine, meaning we're going to kind of teeter between mostly cloudy and partly cloudy at times. And then anytime after 4 p.m. tomorrow, we're looking at isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two developing in the area. As of today, Thursday, we are not looking at a severe weather risk for tomorrow. That being said, we are under a general thunderstorm risk, which means some of these showers could develop into a stray thunderstorm. But again, I'll reiterate, as of today, we are not under a severe weather threat for tomorrow. As always, we'll update you if that changes. Now, going past 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, you'll notice that some of us will see isolated rain chances, some of us will just see cloudy skies. And that's really kind of foreshadowing what we're going to see continuing through the upcoming weekend. So you may have a stray shower, you may have a stray thunderstorm over your area, and then most of the time you probably won't. This is one of those things where you might want to have that umbrella with you just in case you are in an area where a thunderstorm develops, because as we all know, thunderstorms have a little bit heavier rainfall. So with that being said, here's a look at your rain forecast as far as rain totals go for strictly just tomorrow into Saturday morning. You can see that most of those totals will coincide with where we get some of those thunderstorms, and that could range anywhere from 1/10 of an inch all the way up to 1/2 inch possible. Higher totals will be more so east of I-35 closer to Rochester. Here's a look at your extended forecast. With that being said, like I mentioned, the forecast for tomorrow is foreshadowing those pop-up isolated rain chances that could come about throughout the weekend, but overall isn't going to be a total washout. We might see those chances on Labor Day, Monday itself, and then on Tuesday a cold front moves through, so we'll see more scattered chances potentially linger into next Wednesday morning. And with that being said, that cold front's going to keep us on that more cool, pleasant side with highs in the upper 60s, low 70s.
Tell you what, good sleeping weather right there.
Oh, for
My
sure.
goodness, that's going to be amazing. In the 40s?
Yeah. I know.
That's awesome.
I am so loving it. Our windows have been open for the last week and a half, and
Absolutely.
I'm hoping to keep them open.
Absolutely. Saving money, too, that way as well.
That's the most important part.
That is the most important part, and good sleep as well. Caitlyn, who do the Mavericks play tonight?
I don't remember. I know, I'm sorry, but at least it's the
Northwest
Mavericks
Missouri, everybody, Daniel Sawicki and I tonight. We got to plug it because it's going to be a good game. She thought the Vikings were playing. It's the Mavericks.
Okay.
If you watched the morning show, you saw it. We got to wrap things up. That's Caitlyn Lohr. I'm Jackson Jurek. Thanks for tuning in. And, of course, thanks for watching this KUIC News Now to Go update. Stay with KUIC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
At least we don't need sunscreen today, Jackson. Download the free KUIC News and weather apps for the latest headlines and forecasts.
We'll see you next time.